Hello, everybody. Okay, so yes, I'm going to do purposeful lives on Instagram. Every Tuesday, I plan to do a live in Tuesday evening on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. Do the StreamYard. Didn't know you can do that. So anyway, I was a little discouraged yesterday, but I realized that I just started. So when you just start things, it's just good practice, you know. I remember when I started the Be Your Own Kind website, and I would go every day just looking to see if someone read it. Someone read it. I don't really pay attention to the numbers. I'm not as obsessive as I was before. But now when I do look at them, maybe once or twice a week, I notice that people are constantly on my website, and that's pretty dope. So I'm like, that'll be the same thing with the live. Um, you always hear me say, or if you read my stuff, that you have to be patient with the process. You have to just be patient with yourself. Consistency is easier said than done because there are times when you just want to give up, but it's all about perspective because everything we do is a practice for what's to come and for the next level that we end up on. And I told myself this year that I'm going to do it even if I'm scared, even if I'm fearful. I'm just going to persevere and do some things and step outside of my shell. And I have been doing that. And I feel like it has helped me grow as a person. You know, um, fear is, I don't know, like it's a fallacy. It's fear is pretty much focused on what could happen versus what is happening. You know, it stops you from doing things just because you think something is going to happen. And we're not fortune tellers. So that's why just conquering the fears is just by doing it. Just by doing whatever you have to do. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you tried it. I'd rather try it than fail to not try it at all and wonder if, like, if I'd have did this or woulda, couldas, like, woulda, couldas are like the worst thing because you never know. Like, once that time has passed, you have no idea what's gonna happen from there. So anyway, I thought I would practice, my lives just by going on Instagram. I did buy a new webcam because I didn't like the quality that I saw on the live yesterday. And I'm still thinking of a topic for next week. In lieu of Black History, I am covering African American topics. I want to do something centered around the African American male. I just don't know what. Not discrediting any males in the world, but in lieu of Black History, I like our strong Black guys. I'm married to a Black guy, a strong Black guy. I'm married. My dad is a strong Black guy, and I feel like, especially with things that's going on in the world right now, you know, with authorities and innocent Black men getting killed and things like that, it makes me scared for them. You know, when I lived in Chicago, if Derek was gone for so long, just going to the store, I would call him because I would be so afraid, you know, that someone pulled him over. And like, to be honest with you, sometimes that did happen. It had gotten to the point that I would ride with him if it was dark outside, because the theory was if I was in the car with him, he wouldn't get pulled over. And maybe, I don't know, one out the 100 we did get pulled over, and the cop just threw out the ticket. You know, so I don't know if that was just a coincidence or if that's just a sad realization that we have to deal with. But I feel like, just like we should um, build up our Black women, we should build up our Black men too. You know, I feel like we should build up each other. You know, we have this shared history, and we should learn from it, and iron sharpens iron, and I feel like that's what we should do. And once again, you know, I'm not discrediting any other culture, but at this moment I'm talking about Black history. You know, I like, unless you're walking in the shoes or unless you come from a certain culture, you can only explain the experiences that you're having to someone that's not involved in it. But when you're involved in it and you're talking to other women and men that are involved in that certain situation, like a man can stand up for a female, but he doesn't have the experience of it unless he's living life as as a female. Like, unless you have this experience, then it's hard for you to tell somebody outside of that experience what it's like. And so that's why it's easy for me to touch up on being a black woman in America, because that's what I am. That's what I experience each and every day. I've experienced certain things that I didn't want to, but made me a stronger person. But on the other hand, I have been embraced by so many black women, so many women, period, because we get a month right. So, I will be really, pressing hard on the woman, camaraderie, I can't say the word, the women togetherness, in the National Women's Month, because it's important that we stick together. We get paid less, we get looked over, we get sexualized, we get, just, well, if you don't look a certain way, and don't make me get on the whole fat shaming, because we have to look a certain way. If you notice on certain sitcoms, the dad can have the big belly, but the wife is always small. And I feel like the media is tearing away from that, because they are displaying more heavier women. I think they are trying to push this. They are trying to push a narrative that just to be happy with be happy with who you are. And I think that the uprise of depression and mental health is causing this, because so many people are hurting themselves and killing themselves because they just don't feel comfortable with them. And that is what my platform is about, feeling comfortable with you. And maybe I've never expressed what drove me to do Be Your Own Kind. And it was just pretty much that, feeling comfortable with you. Growing up, I never felt comfortable with me, because I've always tried to fit other people's standards. Like, if I'm this way, this person will like me. If I'm that way, this person will like me. And what if I am myself? Once I learn, first you gotta learn who the heck you are, right? But once I realize who I am, will people really be receptive of that person? And then then I grew older, and I'm like, well, if they don't accept who I am, then they're just not my people. I'd rather spend a lifetime being me, than being something else. And I think that grows with, I don't know. I don't know if it's insecurity when you try to mold yourself into someone you're not. I feel like it is a level of insecurity and not being secure with who you are. But I think on the other hand, no one wants to be alone, right? Everyone wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to have a circle. But if that circle is causing you to put on a facade, then it's just not your circle. There are so many other circles. I'm thankful that I have my circle. Even when I wasn't comfortable with me, my circle was, and my circle was constantly reminding me of how I never have to edit myself to be around them. And I'm thankful to them, and they all know who they are, but not to get all sentimental and cry about it. It's just, you have to find your circle, because that whole narrative, I'm alone, I don't need people, I don't agree with that, because I feel like if we were meant to be alone, there wouldn't be so many people in the world. Like the Bible talks about the benefits of being in a circle and being part of a community. There have been scientific studies that say that people who surround themselves with other people live longer, so it's benefits to not being alone. And yes, there are people that are loners and introverts. I do fit that sometimes, but I'm just saying, like, to live your entire life alone, you're not meant to live alone, especially with the internet now. You can make friends with like-minded people and connect with people, which is what I'm trying to do, because I'm online and I'm in people comments and I'm in people boxes, and it's just like, I want to connect with people. Like, I feel like I've let fear put me in this bubble where and I don't say anything I haven't experienced. So I've been one of those people, I don't need people, I'll just live alone because people don't accept me who I am anyway. No, just because a small group of people are not accepting you for who you are doesn't mean that there won't be there's not any other person that won't accept you. I always use the analogy of A person throws a birthday party, they invite 100 people, and 99 people show up, but that person is upset the entire birthday party because that one person didn't show up. And so instead of appreciating the 99 people that showed up, you feel alone and destitute because of that one person. And basically what I'm saying is appreciate those that appreciate you. You know, if the one person didn't show up, then the one person just not in your circle. Now you got a circle of 99 people. And it is some people, where it's heartbreaking that you think was in your circle and come to find out they're not. That is disheartening, but you learn with it, you forgive them, and you learn to push forward, and you take whatever you learn from that relationship and you grow from it. I've lost a lot of friends that were dear to me, a lot of people I thought were in my corner and whatnot. And yes, it did hurt, but I feel safe with my group now because I know that I can say something and it'll stay with them. I know that I can trust them. I know that when I'm going off bat or off board, that they can, bring me back. Like, you're not even like that, or you'll be okay. It's good to be around people that are honest, but honest to the point where it's building me up and not tearing me down. So anyway, I didn't even mean to talk this long. I'm hoping that you guys will start joining me on my little lunch talks. I only want to be on here 15 minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time. I will start putting the links to the lives on Tuesday in my bio for the link tree. I will put that each week, and in hopes that you guys will join me. So until tomorrow, Monday through Friday, I'll do this. Until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.